All right, everyone, welcome to another Java video. In this video, we're going to be using ArrayList, a new tool that we can use by importing, and we're going to be creating a list of factors. We're going to create a program that creates an array list of factors given an input integer. Okay, so for us to use an array list, first and foremost, we need to import java.util.ArrayList. So let's go ahead and do that. Like that. This is our import for ArrayList. Okay, and then we need to create an ArrayList variable anytime we want to add values in, or just to really just have that, much like our scanner. So we're going to be doing that, and we're going to be using the .add method to add integers as we find our factors. Okay, but first and foremost, let's do system.out.println, enter an integer. Boom, and then we can say string user input is equal to sc.next line, and then convert that to an integer. So we can say num is equal to we're going to do integer parse int that user input into our integer. Perfect. We have our user input ready. Now create our array list. Okay. So we're going to say that this is an array list variable called factors, okay, which is going to be composed of integer, right? So we need to use this wrapper class here, just like how we have to do integer.parseInt, right? Because array list unfortunately can't have primitive data types. It can only have objects. So what Java did was it made a object clone of each of the primitive data types. So we have this integer here, right? So we're going to have an integer based array list called factors, and it's going to be equal to, we're going to say new array list of integers forward. Can spell, we're going to do bracket bracket, nothing inside the bracket, and that is our array list. And now our program is just going to go on like much like what we did in the past, where we can analyze factors. We can say for, we can create an int called divider set to 1 because we don't want to divide by 0, and we're going to say while divider is less than or equal to num, and our divider is going to go up by 1 at every iteration. Perfect. So we're going to now check like this divider against our value. Let's make it equal to num here. Compare with the num. So we can say, first and foremost, we can say if num modulus divider is indeed to 0, we have found a factor. So we can say found a factor. Instead of now just outputting that right away, what we can do is say, since we have this array list called factor, I can use the add method to add that value into our factors list. So we can just do that kind of code, and once this is over, so end of for loop, that is over, we can now output what our array list is. So we can say system.out.println the factor list of plus num is semicolon here. We can do system.out.println, then we can output the factors like that. So let's test our code. And then execute. Oh, sorry, not Java C, but Java video. And let's try a number like 24. And we get the factor list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. And as long as your wrapper class is used, so your array list is using a wrapper class that is part of the primitive data type, you can get an output like this just by printing your array list. So it's much easier to output what values are, unlike arrays. And you can also have dynamic sizing by adding values so that you don't have to set a certain size limit for your array list. It will dynamically grow, and it's another really handy dandy tool to use when you're dealing with collection of items. Okay, so that was our array list video of creating a array list of factors depending on a given number. I hope you enjoyed that video, and as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay classy.